The way I have this tripod set up right now is actually hilarious. You're currently leaning on my hair clip. We love that. Welcome back to another YouTube video. We're going to be going through a training session today. This is the first lower body day of my training week. I did a video already on my second lower body day. So I want to show you my first one because she's a fun one. We start the week really fucking strong. And I want to go through my 5 absolute non-negotiables to build your dream physique, because what I have seen multiple times, whether it's been with new clients or messages in the DMs, is where a lot of the reasons why people aren't seeing, women in particular, aren't achieving the physique that they want, the physique of their dreams, looking like they fucking train, comes down to the fact that they have not built enough muscle. You know, they've done the fat loss phases, they know how to diet, but they don't know how to build muscle and actually build the physique that they want. The thing is, it's not a fat loss problem. Like, I think everyone really believes they need to lose more body fat, and in some instances that's probably the case, but for the most part, a lot of the females that I speak to, they lack muscle and they lack spending time actually building the physique that they want. So I want to run through what it actually takes to do that and the 5 non-negotiables that you fucking need to be able to achieve that, because I can guarantee you right now, you don't need to lose another 2 kilos of body fat. You probably need to put on another 4 kilos of muscle. And I know this because this was my reality too. I kept chasing so many fat loss goals and so many fat loss challenges for so long in my journey, and at the start, yeah, I needed to lose a bit of body fat, and that is what it is, but I didn't take that next step. I thought it was to continue. I needed to be leaner. It's like, yeah, you can be lean, but there's no muscle definition there. You're not going to reveal it. And then the second build I did was actually what has changed the game for me overall, and biggest contribution to my success and my results with my physique, because I gave time to actually building it. I let go of having to be small and lean and do everything in 8 weeks and committed to the long-term process of building my physique and enjoy the actual process of doing so. So we're going to run through all of that so you are not there wondering, do I need to enter another fat loss phase? It's like, no bitch, time to go all in on a build. I need to finish off my little pre-workout. Still having the Nexus pre-workout, which so far I've been enjoying it. My only issue with it, or my only issue in general, is I drink my pre-workout too close to my training session, so it tends to kick in like after my session. Like, I feel the itchies literally when I'm driving home, and I'm like, okay, like, you need to drink this earlier. So I have about 1 sip left. I drank this on the way here, so that's a win. I also feel like a little bit naked. I don't have my earrings in, so I feel like I look like a little boy, but we may do. I'm gonna have my headphones in anyway, so you're not gonna be able to tell. I'm really excited for this session. This Monday session is really fun. Like, we lift some big girl weights and it's just really, really fun, really slay. The pumps are wild and we're gonna go run with it. So I'll see y'all in the gym. I'm out of breath really fast. So the first tip I wanted to go through about building your dream physique is tracking your food with purpose. And I'm not just talking about tracking the calories, tracking your food and actually understanding what the fuck you're eating, how much you're fucking eating, and focusing on the quality of foods as well. You could be in a surplus, but your food quality could be shit. That means you're gonna have shit recovery, shit energy, shit training sessions. So you're not actually gonna build the muscle that you want. So you need to focus on tracking your food and tracking quality foods as well. The biggest mistake I see females make when it comes to being in a build phase is only tracking their food when they're dieting. So they know how much food to eat to lose weight, to lose body fat, to be leaner, but they don't know how much food to actually eat to build. And it's not about adding 300, 400, 500 calories into your maintenance. It's an extra 100 calories. Start there and progress from there. You don't want to add too much too soon. Start small and add over time. Assess your photos, assess your training programs, assess your body weight. That's going to guide how much food you actually increase by, but you're never going to know that if you don't even know what your starting point is, or if you're tracking it. Because you might think you're eating enough food, but you're probably still eating in deficit because that's all you know. You need to spend time tracking in a build. It is just as important as it is when you're in a fat loss phase. I'm not gonna lie, I cannot wait for winter to begin because I can't wait to have not a sweaty head when I train. I love having fresh hair, but I only wash my hair like once a week. So by the time Monday comes around, I'll go again, but then I wash it on the week. Second tip is to follow a specific training program designed for your goals for at least 8 to 12 weeks at a time before making adjustments. The biggest mistake I see people make in their training when they are working towards building their physique in a build phase is actually two biggest mistakes. One, it's not specific to the goal they want to achieve. For example, girls want to build generally bigger lower body, they want to have nice glutes, they want to have nice quads, they want to have nice hamstrings, still a nice upper body, but they will be doing a training split specific to growing their chest, their triceps, their shoulders. Like it's giving boyfriend training girlfriend, which is perfect and it's cute and we love that. But when you want to go down the route of being specific with your training, you know, training with purpose and training with intention, the program needs to be specific to your goals. Not only that, you need to give yourself time to make progress with your training. You know, doing a training program for 4 weeks isn't long enough, and that is something I used to always do. And even program for my clients is 4-week blocks, and the problem with that is you spend 1, 2, potentially even 3 weeks actually working on getting used to the program, refining your technique, learning new skills, whatever it may be. You'll end up with 1 week left to progress. When really that is where the magic starts to happen. You know, week 4, week 5, week 6 of a program is where you start to see the progression lie. 7, 8, that's where you're really pushing yourself, potentially even longer. So by stopping your program at 4 weeks, you're selling yourself short of so much progress. And even when you do choose to change up your program, when you are at the 8-week mark or the 12-week mark and you're making those adjustments, you're not changing your program entirely. You're making some switches. Perhaps maybe you spend a block focusing on dumbbell RDLs. Then the next block you might do barbell RDLs. One block you might have done hip thrust for your second exercise. The next you might be focusing on that first. Like, your program doesn't actually have to drastically change from one end of the spectrum to another. It just keeps variation included to keep you progressing towards the long-term goal. This is obviously going to look so fucking random in between our training session, but the camera was about to die. It was like, either I film some of the bits, then I don't finish the rest of my training session. I wanted to film some posing, so it is what it is. So me. But I'm just going to be eating my lunch while I explain the last 3 tips, because we got through 2 and we need to go through the last 3, because these are going to be fair, they're all fucking important. But anyway, the third one is to treat your recovery and your sleep with the same amount of respect and intention and fucking drive as you do with your training. You know, you're not afraid to push yourself in the sessions. You're not afraid to go to the gym when you don't want to. Like, you have that down pat. But where you will go wrong when you want to build your physique is not giving yourself the ability to rest and the ability to do less but with a higher quality. If you are not sleeping 7 to 8 hours, if you are not taking 2 to 3 rest days a week, if you're not giving yourself the ability to recover from these hard training sessions, you're not going to build the muscle that you want. You are not going to build the physique that you want. I tried for so many years to, whilst I was still trying to diet and not actually even eat enough food, but not the point. I tried for so many years to do more. I thought, oh my god, I'm not seeing the physique that I want. I must need to add more, you know, add another training session in, add more cardio, add more weights, like whatever it may be. It's like, how can I add more? When the reality was I needed to do less, show up in my training sessions and give myself my all in them with a high quality. If you are training hard enough in the gym, you will fucking love your rest days. Like, let me tell you, you will be looking forward to it. So you need to make sure that you are still prioritizing 7 to 8 hours of sleep minimum. If you are not getting that amount of sleep, or if you are not looking after your sleep quality, you're not going to build the muscle. Your body is not going to respond in the way that it wants to. Your body is going to be under so much stress When that is the case, your body doesn't want to build muscle. Your body is not going to allow that process to happen. So you want to try and put yourself in the position as best as you possibly can to recover, to sleep, to look after your health outside of that, because this is what's going to give you the greatest return in these phases. Then you want to make sure you're getting in at least 2 to 3 rest days per week. With a 5-day split, I personally like to rest in between 3 and 2 of my sessions. So at the moment I'm training Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, rest Thursday, train Friday, Saturday, and then I rest on a Sunday. If you're doing a 4-day split, you might train Monday, Tuesday, and then rest Wednesday, and then you might go Thursday, Friday, whatever it may be, whatever split you enjoy, whatever split is working for your goal, make sure you're getting a rest between those days as well. And especially not backing up the same training session after each other. Like, you know, if you're training legs 3 times a week, don't train legs 3 days in a row. Like, for fuck's sakes, please don't do that. Is be open to refinement. I think it's very common for us, especially when you've been training for so long. Like, I've been training for 9 years. I've been a coach for the last 4. Like, she's had some experience, but am I the most experienced, knowledgeable person out there? Athlete, trainer, coach, whatever you want to call it? No. I've still got room to learn. I've still got room to progress, and I've still got room to improve. And the second that you can accept that and be willing and open for refinement, be willing and open to adjust, to improve, the better the results you're going to get, because this starts putting a specific limit, a specific cap on your potential. I got my first coach after, I think it was 6 years of training. I thought I knew too much to get a coach. The reason why it took me so long to get a coach was because I was already training consistently, so why do I need a coach? I already know what I'm doing. Do you think I knew what I was doing? No, because I wasn't open to refine. I wasn't open to learning. And the thing is, I even have these conversations with a lot of my clients. Like, some of my clients move so fucking well. Like, they have some of the best technique I have seen in my 4 years of coaching. However, there is still room to refine. Oh, okay, you've just lifted heavy. Now this part of your movement is slipping. Let's tweak it. Let's refine it. We might spend the next 4 weeks focusing on that. Then they lift heavy again. Great, it's going great, it's going great. And then we might reach another weight or another rep or another variation where we need to keep refining things. And that is what's going to get you better. Being open to growth, being open to learning, being open to learning more about how to become better in the gym, with your nutrition as well, with your meals. What worked for you 6 months ago probably won't work for you now. You might have loved the meal last 6 months ago and you probably fucking hate it now. Are you going to sit there and say, you know what, fuck this, I'm not going to do anything? Or are you going to refine? You know, this pasta, for example, I'm not going to be eating this in 4 weeks' time. I'm going to refine my meals. I'm going to refine to make sure I hit the calories I need to eat. If your food increases, are you going to refine? Are you going to adjust? What are you going to do? You need to be open to this. This is what allows you to progress long term. Last one, probably the most important one, and the one that is not going to tickle your fancy, is that it's going to take longer than one build phase and probably longer than one fat loss phase to achieve the dream physique that you have pictured in your mind. I didn't see the progress I wanted for so long because I thought it was only going to take me 12 weeks. So at the end of the 12 weeks, when I didn't get the result I wanted, I got the shits. I went back. I didn't do what I needed to do. I didn't keep going. I just kind of stopped there. I was like, I should be there by now. Like, what the fuck? And I repeated that cycle for so many years, when in reality, all I needed to do was just commit to a longer process and stop being so short-term focus. It's like looking at the long term. And it was when I had this realization of like, okay, you know what, it's probably not going to take me just one build, one fat loss phase, but I'm committed to the process. I'm committed to being better. It's not just about the build. It's not just about growing the glutes. It's not just about revealing the leanest physique. It's not just about that. It's about what you're learning and what you're doing in the process. Because I have committed to these build phases, because I have committed to these bigger goals and setting longer term goals as well, it's allowed me to improve so many areas of my life. It's actually fucking ridiculous, because it has taught me patience, it has taught me resilience, it has taught me discipline, it has taught me how to show up for myself even when I don't want to. And I think that is the biggest thing people don't understand when it comes to achieving these big goals that you set. It's like, it's not actually just about the goal itself. And yes, that is the kind of drive weight that pushes you in that direction, but it's also what you learn in the process. And rather than being so focused on the outcome, and while yes, that's a goal you're working towards, it's like, what are you doing in between? Focus on that. And you know what? If you want to build some of the biggest legs you ever had, accept that it's probably going to take a couple years. It's probably going to take 3 years, for example. And you can work your way back from that. It's like, okay, if I'm going to give myself a 3-year time frame, this is like the biggest long-term goal ever, but whatever. Work your way back. It's like, okay, maybe I can commit to 2 build phases in this time, and maybe I can do a photo shoot in between, and that's going to give me those little smaller touch points I can work towards. But I know when I finish one touch point, it's not the end there. I know I can keep progressing. I know I can do more, and that's going to give me that win there, but now I'm going to chase that next win. And it's not coming from a place of this isn't good enough. It's just like, this is actually working towards the bigger goal at the end of the day. And when we look at all these 5 non-negotiables, these all tie back into the weapon method. And this is exactly what I'm teaching with my one-on-one clients, with my Weapons Academy members. We are looking at training like a weapon, thinking like a weapon, eating like a weapon. This all falls under those categories, because you cannot achieve your best physique, you cannot build your weapon physique, you cannot reveal it if you do not have these foundations, all these areas down pat. Because you might have your training down pat, but if you're not thinking and eating like a weapon, that's only going to get you so far, and vice versa as well. These 3 things and these 3 areas are what make up someone who lives, looks, trains, eats, bees a fucking weapon. And that's exactly what we teach within our academy spaces, within our one-on-one spaces as well. And it changes fucking lives. It changed my life, it changes my client's life, and you deserve to fucking know it as well. So those are the 5 non-negotiables. 1, track your food, track the quality of it, making sure you know how much you're eating and what you're eating. The second is follow and commit to a program at least for 8 to 12 weeks at a time, and then reassess. The third is recover as much as you fucking train. Recover just as hard as you train. You know, get the 7 to 8 hours of sleep, 2 to 3 rest days per week. Focus on recovering so you can show up in the gym and train like a weapon. The fourth one is being open to refinement, being open to learn. And the last one is understanding and accepting that's going to take longer than one phase, and that gets to be okay, and that gets to be fun, because it just means that you're just going to get better and better and better and better as time goes by. But that is all for this YouTube video. I hope you enjoyed. It was a little bit like up and back and side because obviously the camera switched, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you took away something from it, and I'd be curious to know what your thoughts are on the video as well. If you like this style of vlog, a little bit of training, a little bit of tips as well, you can drop them in the comments too. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel. She's been growing, which is really fucking cool to see in wild, but we love it. We're here for it, and I appreciate you being here. And I will see you in the next one.